Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment below if you're so motivated to do so. This is Wonders of a Black Woman. So Ernesto, who was running allegedly a prostitution ring on his barber shop, um, wanted to prey on vulnerable women. And this woman was very vulnerable, and she does not realize that by him stealing that $1,000 from her, really helped her dodge a deeper bullet that she could have been lured into.
Feel good? Did you feel secure in the beginning with them?
Yeah, I did. I felt secure. I felt like he was going to carry out what he said. I felt like he was definitely selling it to me. I will say that. Like, and I believed every word he said. I thought that he was gonna, just be like, all right, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be working down at Buckhead. I'm gonna have my car. I'm gonna be getting around. I already started planning. I'm like, I'm at my house. Like, I just started making plans. I had goals and everything. Still got those and still completed a lot of those. But at the time where I met him, like I said, I was in a really, really dark place. Like I had to. You got to understand. I was in school. I'm working. I'm in college. I'm working, and then I have to go in this house to take care of my mother that's dying of cancer around a man who sexually assaulted me from age 5 to 13 and a half. That is really hard. You understand?
I do.
That's really, really hard.
I know.
So I wasn't mentally. Give me a second.
You all right?
So this man, Ernesto, came across to this lady probably like he was a blessing. She was going through a lot of tough times. And here it is, the devil sends someone in her life who is preying on women and using women for prostitution, allegedly. So he comes into the life of this woman. She's probably thinking that he's a blessing. He's connected to these celebrities and stuff like that. He has what on the surface is a legitimate business, and he's about to offer her an opportunity to come up. Right? But it's nothing but a spider web with a deadly, dangerous spider in the center. And she's very, very lucky that she dodged getting any closer to Ernesto Williams and Shirley Strawberry Circle.
Baby, you're all right. I understand because he took and I know that triggers something a little bit, and that's what we gotta understand, people. There are so many ways that people are victims and they be triggered. Because I get triggered. That's a trigger moment. You know what I'm saying? And then she survived and the things she went through, and then her Ernesto comes selling her a dream, and like you see somebody in a prominent figure or somebody around, someone who could do something better for you, and then he sat up there and gave her all these empty dreams, and he couldn't complete nothing he said.
I just wanted better for myself, Miss Essie. I had 3 girls. I wanted better for myself. I was around too much negativity. I just wanted to get out of that environment. I wanted to, like, I just wanted a better life for me and my girls, and I thought that this man was going to give me that. But he didn't. He was only trying to use me. That was it. I was just another victim on his list to use. That's it. I wasn't a person. I was a scam, like another lick. That was it. Pardon me for crying. It's just
no, baby. Let me tell you something.
It's Shirley Strawberry who's upset that people like Essie Berry and other bloggers and social media influencers are doing stories about this. She can really go buck herself, because this is very important. Ernesto may have been the running man, but Shirley knew what was going on. That's what a lot of people suspect. And for all you people out there faking like she didn't know and all of this other stuff, either you are like her or you're just turning a blind eye just like she did. But this man, and I know there are women out here who could be deceived. I watch Who the Bleep Did I Marry? I watch that show. There are women who are deceived. But I don't think somebody's doing this extensive of stuff and people are calling and warning, and so many people are calling and warning her and things like that. I don't think that she's just totally in the dark like some of these other women who's on the show Who to Bleep Did I Marry. Okay, we have a exclusive interview that Essie Berry did with someone who claims to have been a victim of Ernesto, and it has all of her story has all of the elements that I said Ernesto needed to con so many people. The fact that he was connected to a celebrity, Shirley Strawberry, who's connected to a bigger celebrity, Steve Harvey, and of course, him having access to those circles allowed people to think that he was legit. You know, you wouldn't think that someone with those kinds of connections would run a con on you and different things like that. So, we're going to hear her story and we are going to learn some of the telltale signs that we need to pay attention to if we ever come across these situations. Here we go.
Okay, I was like in a really dark place at the time where I reached out to Ernesto. Um, like I said, I was taking care of my mom. She had cancer, and my nephew was living with me. He had got murdered, and I gave him like a snippet of my life. Like I was raised in a really abusive household. My mom was alcoholic. My dad had left. You know, I was molested and sexually assaulted by my mom's boyfriend, who she stayed with until she passed away. So I was letting him know, like, I'm in the mental, like, I'm going through a lot mentally because I had to go into that household to take care of my mom and see her boyfriend every single day. I was working part time, I was in school, and at the time I was doing hair. Talking, he was telling me how he had this mobile hair salon, and he was like, yeah, you know, I could put you in the first spot. So any hairstylist know when you had that first seat at the door or that first booth at the door or whatever, that's like a big thing. So I believed everything that he was saying. You know, I guess I was really naive at the time, trusting and thinking that a celebrity is going to look out for me. So he was like, well, you know, it takes money to make that and the third. And I said, well, it's okay, but it, you know, I could do better. And he was like, all right, well, I want to see if you're really serious. I said, okay. So I was like, listen, I don't want nobody to play me out or whatever. I don't have money like that to give to anybody just to play around with. You know, I could do that myself. I'm like, are you really going to help me? So he persuaded me. He was like, yeah, I'm going to help you. And, you know, my wife is this and that. And I said, okay. So he said, well, this is what I need you to do. I need you to send a deposit for then he would show me like we would go like we would video chat, and he would show me the mobile hair salon. I don't know if that was really his, but he was showing me one that he was working on, and it was really beautiful or whatever. And he said it was gonna be set up in Buckhead and this, that, and the third. And now, mind you, I'm from Jersey, but I go back and forth because my parents are from Georgia, so I would be back and forth from Jersey to Georgia. And so he was like, we were trying to set up something where we could meet. And I said, okay, deposit. So I sent the deposit to him.
Now, I'm just going to, just based on what she said, I'm just going to critique a couple of things here for you all. Number one, never open up to if you find yourself opening up so deeply to someone that you just met, where you're revealing that you were molested and you were abused and just saying all of these things, and you're not in some clinical therapist setting like that's your psychiatrist, you need to really stop talking, because these tricksters and con artists out here, they're very good at making you feel relaxed and comfortable, and where you share your whole life story and you haven't even known them for more than 10 minutes. So one of the things that she went wrong, in my opinion, you're approaching someone to do business, and I'm not blaming the victims at all, of course not. But we can learn, can't we? I mean, hope I have permission to be honest today. If you are approaching someone to do business, it needs to stay business. You don't need to tell them how you were beaten and molested or raped or anything like that. I mean, you're approaching him for, um, doing hair in a hair salon. He doesn't need to know your personal business. So that's where she went wrong right there. She let this con artist, this wolf, know how to get at her. And he knew that she was a target. And so if you're so quick to reveal things like that about yourself to someone that you do not know, then that means you're raw. That means the wounds are still raw. They have not healed. They're raw. You're still bleeding. And just like a predatory animal, they smell that blood. Just like a shark can smell the blood in the water. And we have to protect ourselves out here because people that are predators, human predators, can smell the blood in the air. When you are wounded and you are revealing all of your life story to somebody that you don't even know, when you're supposed to be approaching that person for business. Okay? So let's make sure we're protecting ourselves out here.
I thought everything was going to go well. And then he was like, well, what about your car? Do you have a car to get around?
And also, just want to note also, she let her guard down even more because he was connected to a celebrity. She thought that this person is going, a lot of times women who are abused and men, but people who are abused, but particularly women, they're looking for a protector. They're looking for a savior because they have it in their mind that I wasn't protected when I was a little girl. I wasn't protected when I was the most innocent, most pure, most vulnerable. They're looking for someone to wrap their angel wings around them and protect them. And they run around with this open wound, bleeding, this bleeding wound, and they're looking for the angel doctor that's going to come in and stitch them up and heal them and cleanse them and wrap their angel wings around them. And guys like Ernesto take advantage of that you're looking for that protective daddy figure that you did not have when you were younger. And so she let this man know everything he needed to know in the very beginning.
In and this, that, and the third. And I was like, I said, I have a car, but it's not, the best of cars. Like, I wouldn't trust it to get around, like drive down here and get around with. So he said, okay, I'm gonna help you get a car. So it was something pertaining to his daughter, whether this was his daughter's car or a car she didn't want or whatever. And then he showed me the car. I believe it was like probably like a Nissan. So he was like, he showed me the car and he said, listen, but I need something. I'm gonna pay for this car, but I need something to put towards this car. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, listen, I done sent him $500 already. Like for the deposit for the spot for the mobile hair salon. I don't know if I'm gonna send this one. So he just kept talking. Oh, he's good. He will convince you that you got on blue panties when you know you got on purple. So I said, well, I wanna before I send this, I really need to see this car. So he showed me the car or whatever. So he had me to send it to some lady named Verlinda. So that's the screenshot that I sent you, and it said investment when I sent it to her. I have tried to get my money back from this lady as well, and she definitely wasn't trying to give me my money back. And I screenshot that all of the times I sent her uh to have her to send me my money back or whatever, to the point where she blocked me. And she when I
Okay, now why would you need to send a deposit on the purchase of a vehicle and the memo is supposed to read that the money is for an investment? Because everyone knows legally when you invest in something, if whatever you're investing in doesn't make a profit, you don't get any money. Why didn't the memo say that it was towards the purchase of XYZ vehicle? So already he's finessing her out of money. And, you have to wonder, what do you need my money for? You're supposed to be some husband of some big time celebrity. You have access to, you're supposed to have so much money and so forth and so on. What does he need her little chump change for? That's what you would have to say to yourself. What do you need my chump change for? $500 here. I mean, what's that supposed to be to somebody who's supposed to have access to these multimillionaires and have these big time businesses and so forth and so on? You don't just send your money to someone without getting a receipt of what that money is supposed to be for. But this is how smooth talking that he was.
looked at her pictures, it's very, I think that's his type, light skin, short hair, whatever. But anyway, I'm not sure if she was dating him, so don't quote me on that. I'm not sure if she was dating him or dealing with him or whatever. But this is who he had me to send the money to. And so after a while of talking and calling and video chatting, he would video chat with me when he was around other celebrities, and I'm like, okay, well, he's showing me that he's about his business. I guess eventually everything is gonna come together or whatever.
Now, he's not showing her that he's about his business just because he has access to being around celebrities. How is he showing her that he is about his business? Only thing he's shown her is that he took her freaking money and that he's married to a celebrity and he's invited to certain parties and circles. That's all he's done. He hasn't showed her that he was about his business in any relation that's going to benefit her. He's about his business as far as taking her money and other people's money, but he hasn't shown her that whatever business that he's about is going to benefit her, because she hasn't gotten anything as a result of her parting with her money.
So that's the screenshot that I sent you, and it said investment when I sent it to her. I have tried to get my money back from this lady as well, and she definitely wasn't trying to give me my money back. And I screenshot that all of the times I sent her to have her to send me my money back or whatever, to the point where she blocked me. And when I looked at her pictures, it's very, I think that's his type, light skin, short hair, whatever. But anyway, I'm not sure if she was dating him, so don't quote me on that. I'm not sure if she was dating him or dealing with him or whatever. But this is who he had me to send the money to. And so after a while of talking and calling and video chatting, he would video chat with me when he was around other celebrities, and I'm like, okay, well, he's showing me that he's about his business. I guess eventually everything is gonna come together or whatever. Bills are piling up on me and I'm getting stressed out. And he was like, I contacted, I said, listen, what is going on? We still haven't met yet. You took my money. I haven't gotten the car yet. I haven't got no, like you're not even really talking to me like that. What's going on? So he called me back one day and he was like, okay, we're gonna meet up. So come on down to Georgia, this, down, and third. So I comes down to Georgia, spent about $800 to get down to Georgia. And I hit him up, and he told me he was in LA. Tell me to meet you, so that we can start figuring out what's going to happen, and when I'm gonna start working or whatever. To you in LA, like, this is not what you said. You told me to meet you, and he's like, "Oh well, I'm sorry, I forgot." And it was just a bunch of runaround, Miss Essie, like a bunch of runaround, and to the point where
Basically, she got played for a fool. She got played for a chump. He took her money and didn't give her nothing. She didn't get the car. She didn't get to work in his salon or anything like that. She just got played for a chump.
and that's not what happened.
Okay, so when you hit him up, you was actually hitting him up because you wanted to work into a salon.
Right.
Is that right? Okay, so let me ask you this.
It wasn't. We talked about this. I was more so worried about getting my life together. That's what he was like saying, that he was helping people get their lives together. And he later on started asking me about how's my credit and stuff like that.
Okay,
And then it
so
went to like he got a mobile hair salon and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, good, I'll do well there.
so did you said you sent him $500. The $500 was to secure your place in the salon?
Right.
Was the salon supposed to be
It
in
was to secure
Georgia
my
or
spot.
LA?
Be in Georgia, in Buckhead. It was a
Okay.
mobile hair salon that he said that he was working on. He showed it to me and everything. Like, we was in a video chat. He showed me the salon, and it looked like a nice, it was like one of those coach buses or something that he was like gutting out and renovating, and it had like a brown marble and stuff. It looked really nice. I don't know if that was actually his or whatever, but that's what he was telling me at the time, that was his, and he was working on getting it renovated, and
Okay, I'm not
and
gonna
he was
play this whole thing because, um, yeah. But I will leave a link below so you can go over to watch the full video. But only thing I can say is you have to beware of these types of con artists because it's plenty of them out here. And unfortunately, um, this lady was fooled by Ernesto and his access to celebrity and things like that. You have to be careful because, he was one of those types of guys. I'm doing credit repair, I'm doing life coaching, I'm doing, hair salon, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm selling cookies, I'm selling pies, I'm selling cars, he's selling and doing all this stuff. I personally wouldn't trust anybody like that to give my money to. They're one of them slick, snake tongue, fast talking type of people. No. You life coaching, you doing credit, you selling cars, you cutting hair, I'm selling cookies and pies and cakes and all this other stuff. No. Jack of all trade, master of nothing, but taking your money. You know, I need a car. Oh, I'm selling cars. I know somebody selling cars. Send me some money. Tag, my credit's bad. Oh, I fix credit. Oh, I fix credit. Oh, I'm trying to buy a house. Oh, I'm a realtor too. Yeah. Send me some money. I'm a realtor too. Oh, my niece is getting married. She needs a cake. Oh, I bake cakes. I bake cakes. Like, I mean, I was molested. I'm a life coach. Yeah, I'm a life coach. And, it's like whatever you tell this guy, he's going to flip it into something where you are parting with your money.
Okay,
and then it
so
went to like he got a mobile hair salon and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, good, I'll do well there.
so did you said you sent him $500. The $500 was to secure your place in the salon?
Right.
Was the
Right.
salon supposed to
It
be in
was this
Georgia
little
or
spot
LA?
in Georgia, in Buckhead. It was a
Okay.
mobile hair salon that he said that he was working on. He showed it to me and everything. Like, we was in a video chat. He showed me the salon, and it looked like a nice, it was like one of those coach buses or something that he was like gutting out and um, renovating, and it had like a brown marble and stuff. It looked really nice. I don't know if that was actually his or whatever, but that's what he was telling me at the time, that was his, and he was working on getting it renovated, and and he was like, so, and then he was telling me, I need to see pictures of you. This is what he was saying, like, I need to see pictures of you because it's a certain look that I want to have. Um, for the women that work here, basically, like, I worked in a salon before where they want you to be dressed up and have on heels and stuff like that, and it was like to bring customers, a lot of male customers as well, but so I'm like, okay, maybe that's what he's trying to get at. And then I remember one time we spoke on the phone and he was asking me for a picture, and he was like, oh, you're really pretty, and he was like, you got big boobs, and he was like, men love boobs, you'll do well in LA, like, they like stuff like that. And I'm like, huh? It started being a little unprofessional.
Did
And I
y'all?
was like, I don't like the way it's going. But I'm gonna try to keep it cordial and try to stay as, professional, and maybe he'll stop talking about that.
It was unprofessional from the gate. It was unprofessional from the gate when she and he started engaging into her personal life. It was unprofessional from the gate.
Okay, so when you said to the $500 for your position, did you see him money for the car as well?
Yeah, I sent. He told me to send it to the lady Verlinda. I'm not gonna say her last name on here, but he told me to send it to Verlinda. That's the screenshot that I sent you. And I put that it was the investment. Because that's who he asked me to send the payment to. I don't know if she has something to do with the car or what, but
Yeah, but why would you say it's for the investment? Why wouldn't you say it's for the car? So if said car is not produced, then you have a way out. I mean, the investment, what's that supposed to be?
from what I can remember now, it was pertaining to his daughter. Like, it was either a car she didn't want or a car she had, however it was, but it was pertaining to his daughter. That's what he
Okay.
said. So
Okay, so basically, what was the total amount that you gave him altogether?
he only got $1,000 from me, thank God. But I know, it had I not start coming off all rowdy and stuff like that, because one, he didn't like, I guess he felt like I was a little ghetto because my Instagram page, he was like, oh, you need to clean that page up. You got too much mess on your page. You need to clean that up. That's not professional or ladylike. And I'm like, it's just entertainment. I don't give a damn about my Instagram, but okay. I guess I clean it up, but when all of that kicked off, I was like, I ain't cleaning up a damn thing. I don't care about no Instagram. But then I realized, yeah, if you might have an Instagram and I'm have a business, then yeah, that'll be cleaned up. That'll be nice, But other than that, no, my regular page, I don't.
Well, how much did it cost you to fly to Georgia? Did you drive to Georgia? How did you? So you went to Georgia to go get the car, and he never showed up.
No, he never showed up. He never met me. When I hit him up, he said that when I called him, he said that he was in LA. And I believe I sent you a screenshot of him stating that he was in LA.
Right.
Our correspondence between us. I sent that to you. And I also sent you the correspondence between me reaching out to Miss Shirley. And I know she don't have anything to do with it. But just I was trying to warn her or to let her know what was going on. And to see if she could speak to her husband and have him give me my damn money back. Real talk. To see if I could get my money back. So I'm like, let me go to the wife. The wife might can make shit move, furniture move. So let me.
The bottom line is, I'm sure she's not the only one that reached out to Shirley, or words have gotten back to Shirley that her man was running cons on people. This whole Shirley was the ostrich with her head stuck in the sand. That's old, and the cops are gonna know that it's old too. Because, like she said, she has the messages where she's reaching out and sending stuff out. Now, if it's one lonely person, you know, she may not have got the email, or she may not have gotten the text message or something like that. But when you have a lot of people, as the authorities allege, it's a lot of people that was scammed out of money. And they know that he's connected to this celebrity as far as being married to her. They're going to start talking and reaching out and saying something. It's going to get around in the circles. In Atlanta, the Atlanta area, these celebrity circles are, you know, you're bumping into each other all the time. Word gets around fast, rumors spread fast. So, it came back to her, in my opinion. She had to know that this guy was running scams and cons. But as long as she was benefiting in some sort of way, it was okay. you know and I'm curious. I'm One of the things that you never hear, and I've listened to some of those audio tapes from the prison and things like that. He never, ever, 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 and you could correct me if I'm wrong, if you've heard it, he's never said, you had nothing to do with anything that I was involved in. These people, I can understand he's trying to protect his ass and say, these people are trying to set me up, these people coming after me, I didn't do anything wrong. But he's never said, you had nothing to do with any of the businesses or anything that I was involved in whatsoever. How can people think that you were involved, uh or you knew about anything? That isn't true. You weren't involved in any way whatsoever. You had nothing, no ties, no connections. He's never said anything like that. And before it's all over, those calls are old and things, but the way things are standing now, and new calls are coming out of what's happening now, you know, so it's like there's no honor among thieves. There's no honor among thieves. And this guy isn't going to want to sit his ass in prison for the rest of his life. He's not going to want to sit his ass in prison for the rest of his life. So he's going to see how he can roll over to bring down some big fish.
Let me see. And she she didn't respond. She didn't say anything. So, I don't blame her or whatever, but I was just like, dang, like I did reach out to you. I tried to tell you all of this
What do
stuff.
you mean you don't blame her? You don't blame her. I mean, this guy is running cons on many, many, many people, and he's connected to her. I wouldn't want to be married to somebody. All these people are coming to me. People have been warning Shirley about Ernesto before she, quote unquote, married him. They were warning her about this guy. So she had many, many warnings of him supposedly being inappropriate with his biological children, to people accusing him of fraud, people accusing him of all kinds of stuff. You're getting married to someone, you're a celebrity, and you have access to other wealthy celebrities, and you don't think to run a background check or look into this person that you are getting ready to marry. Even when you're at the point where you're dating, you're not looking into this person. All these people are warning you about this. Everybody's wrong. Everybody's wrong.
Know what was going on. And to see if she could speak to her husband and have him give me my damn money back. That's real talk. To see if I could get my money back. So I'm like, let me go to the wife. The wife might can make shit move, furniture move. So let me see. And she
Shirley's not trying to help these people, victims, get nothing back. She's sitting up there eating crab legs and picking her teeth off of the money that this guy was bringing in off of hustling and conning these people.
uh she didn't respond. She didn't say anything. So, I don't blame her or whatever, but I was just like, dang, like I did reach out to you. I tried to tell you all of this stuff that was going on, and I got nothing.
You're not.
Well, now she did send me a screenshot from Instagram showing that she reached out to Shirley. Shirley didn't respond. She had a little black fur coat on. She was living her best life. So you can sit up here and piss on the little person, but you ain't gonna think that this girl needs some money. She was already in a dire need, and to me, mentally, they took advantage of that. They used her lack of what she had as far as financial, try to do something else, and they took advantage of her. So how much money? So you sent them $1,000. How much did it cost you to go to Georgia?
That was about $800-900.
So basically, out of $2,000 for him.
Just about. But again, like I said, I don't blame Shirley for Ernesto behavior. I don't blame her for Ernesto's behavior. But like I said, I tried to warn her about a lot of stuff that was going on, and it's not like she wasn't reading her messages or her comments or anything like that, because she even stated and when I was listening to one of her phone calls, she was stating how she was getting all of this hate and stuff like that in her on her Instagram and in her DMs and stuff like that. So that means that you read your messages. That means that you seen that and you seen my comment. You seen my messages and you just chose not to respond. I can't get into my old Instagram account. But I definitely see that it's still up there.
So all of these people were warning Shirley about Ernesto. And, it's not the wife's fault if the husband goes out and do things that he's not supposed to. But what is your fault is when you know he's doing these things and you do not do anything to check him or distance yourself from him. It's one thing once he gets arrested and then she starts to backpedal because she doesn't want to be on the other side of those prison bars herself. Because there's no honor among thieves. Of course, when the popo starts putting them handcuffs on people, then people start to backpedal and no, it was her, it wasn't me, oh, it was him, it wasn't me, or I didn't know, or that's when everybody starts playing the game. Just like what happened in Marjorie Harvey's case, where her husband, were they married at the time? The guy that went to jail for the drug dealing when Marjorie was involved. And he was saying that he went on and took all the arrows and stuff for what happened because she was pregnant at the time or she had little kids at the time. So he went on and took all the slings and arrows and all of the punishment to protect her, which happens a lot of times. The guy, will say, go on and put everything on me and let her go. But she was just involved in cooking in the kitchen and making up the crack pies and all that other stuff, just like he was. So this case with Ernesto sitting his ass in jail, is this another situation where Shirley knew full well of everything that was going on? And he's just taking all of the arrows right now until he doesn't want to do that anymore, because he doesn't seem like he is any type of chivalrous or honorable man. He abuses women. That's his thing. He hates women. He's a woman hater because all of his victims are mostly female.
Well, how did it feel when you reached out to the wife, Shirley, and she didn't do nothing?
I mean, I was disappointed. Who wouldn't be disappointed? I'm like, damn, that didn't work. I thought that was going to work if I would reach out to her. Maybe she got what was going on and help me get to the bottom of it of why, he took my money and didn't, come through with what he was stating. But, it was just disappointing.
Did you have a lot of personal conversations with him? You ain't got to say what they were, just yes or no.
Yes, I did.
I think of that because how this nigga gonna have all these wives and trying to that was trying to prep you for whatever he had for you. So you had some personal conversations with him would have led you to
working with me because I don't know, Miss Essie, because it wasn't working with me. I was definitely not interested. That's why I was happy to know that he was up, feeling his wife like that, and because I'm not the type that'll date or deal with a man that's married. I'm not gonna say I never have. I did in the past, but I was young and didn't know no better. And now I.
Yeah, well, look, the conversation, they didn't have to sleep together or get intimate with each other. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing went sour in the very beginning when he got her to open up her cloak and reveal her wounds. That's just as simple as that. I mean, you don't try to do business with someone, and I'm going to wrap this up in a bow and leave it here because we all need to learn from each other. We all need to learn from each other. That's why I'm even doing these videos. As far as Shirley is concerned, she doesn't like people doing videos about her and what's happening with her and stuff like that. Well, she can go and buck off because that's what we're doing. For all you people leaving a comment saying, oh, I don't like the videos, I'm not going to subscribe because you're doing these videos, and then all this other stuff. It's amazing that you sit and you keep watching these videos. If you're not interested in this subject matter, do not watch it. If I see something come up in my algorithm that I'm not interested in, I do not click on it. I do not watch it. So you can miss me with BS. Okay? What we need to learn, because none of us are perfect, and that includes Shirley, because Jesus certainly didn't come back to earth as some old black woman with a short top hairstyle. Okay? Jesus didn't come back as Shirley Strawberry. Okay? No, what I'm telling you out here is that what you need to know is stop being so vulnerable to people. Ladies, you got to stop being so vulnerable to people. You know? This girl was poor, desperate, still carrying scars of what happened to her in the past, scars of the recent traumas that she was going through. And she opened up to this guy, and he took advantage of her. This is what happens when you reveal yourself and strip down naked before someone that you don't even know. And if you're trying to do business with someone, they don't need to know your personal business. You tell them as little as possible, if not next to nothing, about your personal business. Because it's not personal what the interaction that she was trying to have with this guy. The interaction she was trying to have with him was she was trying to make a financial come up. It was a business arrangement that she was looking for with this guy. So while you're stripping yourself raw and revealing everything, and I'm not faulting her, I'm just saying because we all need to learn. And there are a lot of you out there that need to learn this. Do not strip down naked and bare yourself raw to someone that you just met, especially in a business setting. If you're trying to do business with this person, they don't need to know all of that. Because if he's a con artist, which he was, then he knows that he got himself a live one. He's got himself a nice target. And if he wasn't a con artist, then he could be turned off like, wow, I don't even know this woman and she's revealing all this stuff about herself. I don't want any drama in my salon. So, I mean, she sounds like she got a lot of issues going on. So, I mean, it could, even if he weren't a con artist, just her saying all of this to someone that she doesn't really know, it can make them think, oh, she's got a lot going on. She's got a lot of drama and trauma with her. I don't know if she's going to be good for business because I don't want that drama and trauma being brought into the workplace. I don't want that being brought into the workplace. So, ladies, be careful when you're out here and you're trying to do business with people and you're revealing yourself like that, because even if the person is a good, decent person, they could, I mean, not that they not don't sympathize or empathize or care about what you're saying or what happened to you. But the bottom line is everybody out here is not your savior. They're not looking to be a savior. They're not looking to be your angel daddy. They're just not. Because they don't want you pulling them down. And then some of the people out here who see that you're vulnerable, they're basically a wolf that's ready to pounce on the wounded, bleeding sheep or the wounded, bleeding lamb. You're sitting there like some little lamb who's injured, and the wolves are they're gonna start swarming. I know a lot of times, especially us as black women, people have that cliche, the strong black woman. Well, the bottom line is we're strong in a lot of ways, but in a lot of ways, we're not. We're human. But you cannot let your vulnerabilities show. And I think that that's where that strong black woman cliche comes from, is because uh, a lot of times as black women, we've got to take a licking and keep on ticking because we don't have those angel daddies all around us and stuff. A lot of us grew up with no father in the home, no protective, loving, decent man in the home. And a lot of men that we were exposed to in the homes, they were either beating the crap out of our mothers, molesting us, or we have no decent male role models in our families. So I mean, look, you're looking for someone outside of yourself that says, I got you, I'm going to protect you, I care. And I get it. You don't want to feel alone in this world, like you're the only one in the world that gives a damn about what happens to you. So I get it, and I understand why a lot of women out here want to feel loved and protected. But you're not going to find it in somebody that you just met for a hot second. If he turns out to be a protector or a protector and a provider, and someone in your life that is going to turn out to be that way, time will tell. But you don't have to meet a man, whether you're trying to be in a romantic connection with him or a business connection with him, and act like you are some wounded soldier on the battlefield that's falling at his feet asking him for protection and shelter. You know, you have to stand up a lot straighter than that. And I'm gonna leave it right there. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment below if you're so motivated to do so. Peace.
Happy to know that he was up, feeling his wife like that. And because I'm not the type that'll date or deal with a man that's married. I'm not gonna say I never have. I did in the past, but I was young and didn't know no better. And now I do. And that happened one time in my life, and I was like, oh no, never again, because you never win like that. Nothing ever comes out great with that. So that's a no.
Okay,
so I definitely wasn't interested. He was trying to lead. I can sense that he was leading on to certain things, and I was just not interested at all. Like, I would shut it down, and maybe that's the reason why he came the way he came. But yeah, it is what it is.
Did you have any feelings for him?
Hell to the no. Ew.
No, because I would think like you got your money, you can't get your car, so now you got to play him and act like you like him. That's what I'm saying. You got to be in that game. The nigga that took your money, now you got to play cool with him until you get your money. Was there ever time that happened?
I tried to keep it cordial. I kept trying to talk. I kept trying to be calm because, I could be a wild one at times and snap. And I was really like, let me just keep it cool and, just keep trying to talk to him, because you're not going to get anywhere arguing with anyone or, trying to make it bad for yourself. So I definitely try to stay cool about it. But eventually it was just like, I'm not getting anywhere. This man is not trying to give me my money back. This man is not trying to follow this so far.